Jack is a great guy. He's written a fantastic book. Everybody's talking about it. Go get it. And he's been my friend right from the beginning of this whole beautiful event. And we're going to turn it around and make our country great again. Amen.
All right, Jack Soker back live here with Kenny Cody. By the way, Kenny, I have to ask you a question. It's a very important question, a very serious question, and I'm afraid you're going to have to be straight up with me, Kenny. You ready?
Yes, I am, Jack.
All right, Kenny, did you kill Charlie Kirk?
I did not kill Charlie Kirk.
Thank you. No, neither did I. That's good. That's good. Have you ever been to Utah?
I've actually never been to Utah, no.
I've been once. I had a good time, actually. We got to visit the Patriot supply center out there and drive a armored Jeep around. But look, here's what I'm going to say. And people are going to be hot about this. They're going to say Erica went out and she's telling people, she's shutting people down. And here's what I thought was interesting is that Erica actually said, if you find something, bring it to us and we'll give it to the legal team. We'll give it to the prosecutors. And I've certainly been doing that. If I find anything, I've turned it over. Since 3 months ago today, any piece of information that I've had, either to the government, to the team, whatever it is, right? Anything that I come along with. And it's funny for me too, because not funny, but it's a strange situation, an odd situation when you find yourself in a position like this, which I never thought I'd be in, where this is a story that it's like, I know all of the eyewitnesses in many cases. I work with these people, they're people I've known for years. They're people that I trust with myself when I go out on campus, and I've done events with many of the same team that were down there. And so it's so strange to me to all of a sudden have to, turn around and realize that, I can just go talk to them because they're the people that I know. It's not like another situation where you've got to, try to track people down and build a relationship and cold call them. So it's like people want to talk to me. I've had as much information on this than I've, as anyone would have on a certain investigation or a certain story in like we're not doing the true crime podcast thing around here. This is real life. These are real people. Charlie was a real person that we all worked with. I've seen people break down. I've seen Erica in absolute tears, right? We were there right when she ended that first speech that she gave, and people saw what they saw, the resolve on camera. Camera went off. She collapsed. All right. I'm just going to say it. She just collapsed in tears. Tanya ran over, gave her a hug. And, it's like, guys, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? Okay. One of our best friends got murdered on live stream, and it's something that never goes away. It's something that's completely raw. But you know what? I will say this to the people who are attacking Erica for the smile, the fact that she smiles publicly, the fact that she, will go down and there's a picture of her like Cliff Maloney and she's smiling, take a picture with her friend, right? Don't stop smiling, Erica. Don't stop smiling for your kids, for Charlie, for yourself. All right. And to the haters out there, no, these Robin Simpers, and that's what I'm going to call them, the Robin Simpers. No, Tyler Robinson did this. He did this. Okay. And if we're ever, as just a group of people, group of friends, whatever you want to call it, I don't even know what you want to call it, where the words are for it. If we're ever going to get through this personally, let alone the movement, the organization, etc., you got to start with that. You just got to start with that. Kenny, you guys, let me ask you this. I'll ask you in a strange way, Kenny, that your community got hit by a tragedy as well, because you got hit with those floods last year. Talk to me about what it was like coming together as a community in the wake of that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a unification event, 100%. I mean, you saw unity from all the churches, all the schools. We connected with state politicians, federal politicians, those from our state government that came up and stepped up. And there's no probably to it. The worst natural disaster Cotton County has ever been through, and our community has ever been through. And Jack, I like what you said about the smiling and the reaction right afterwards. Erica deserved a smile, and my community deserved a smile right after the floods, and we did. We had camaraderie. We were trying to collaborate. We were telling each other we loved each other. We were hugging. We were shaking hands. We were ensuring that people were okay. And Cliff and Erica were colleagues of Charlie's. You were a colleague of Charlie's, and I know that you and Erica and Cliff want answers more than anybody else, and are opening up for evidence to be provided to you if there is anything out there. And in the same way here, we were open to solutions, whether that was working with churches, working with our enemies, working with people who had never lifted a finger for us before. We didn't care as long as there was a solution at the end, and there was collaboration. We recovered. We're still recovering, and so are you all. You all were his friends. Erica was his wife. I did not know Charlie personally, but I consider him a colleague at Human Events. And even I was mourning. Like I broke down in tears when I found out the news, and I sit there and watched in horror for hours afterwards and for days afterwards. But there comes a point with Erica that Charlie would want her to continue to lead this movement and to lead Turning Point USA, and to have figures from Turning Point USA help her carry on Charlie's legacy. And that doesn't mean being miserable, and that there's always going to be a hole in her heart. She carries around tissues because she cries talking about Charlie, in the same way that I cry talking about the flooding here in my community, like you said, and the tragedy that we went through here. In recovering from tragedy and in recovering from an event that affects you so deeply, you have to ensure and progress the people around you, ensure that you are lifting up the people that are around you, because that's your duty. Erica knows, and she has stated that her duty is to carry on Charlie's legacy. My duty is to carry on Cobb County's legacy and everybody that lives in my community, and that is okay. And I know that you and Erica, Cliff, and so many others, Andrew and so many others, are working to get answers, are working to recover and continue Charlie's legacy on, and that should not be portrayed or made fun of by progressive leftists that pretty much led to the murder and the assassination of Charlie Kirk. I'm not going to allow that to happen. I'm going to stand up and say that you all are allowed to grieve, you all are allowed to celebrate, you all are allowed to laugh, hug, and love on each other, because that's exactly what Charlie would want for this movement. He doesn't want division. He didn't want there to be division after his assassination. He wants unity, and we're not honoring that legacy by continuing to divide.
Yeah, and look, I'm going to say this right now. You know, this isn't about, and I'm not even trying to call out anyone specifically. It's just, guys, let's use common sense, and let's use common sense and actually follow the evidence. If you were one of the people who said that you believed that Derek Chauvin did not murder George Floyd in the face of incredible amounts of social pressure that was applied on all of us, well, I said that right from the start, because I watched the video and I followed the evidence, and that's what the evidence stated. The evidence stated that Derek Chauvin did not murder George Floyd. The evidence showed that there were drugs involved. The evidence showed that Floyd had a heart tumor that was kept out of the trial. And the evidence showed that Derek Chauvin's hold position that he used was completely authorized by the Minneapolis Police Department. So Kyle Rittenhouse, another great example. Nick Sandmann, another great example of where people have said one thing, but the truth was completely something else. The truth was still the truth. And so in this case, I'm going to say it again. All right. Charlie Kirk was not murdered by his wife. He was not murdered by his own staffers. He was not murdered in the way that has been presented, other than to say that it was the gay communist on the roof who's banging a furry, who's up there with his grandfather's rifle, who shot Charlie Kirk. We all saw it on video. And then we saw the left celebrate. And if you think for a second that it's not those thousands and thousands of people who are the real threat to you, then you are not paying attention to what's going on. Kenny Cody, where can people go to follow you, brother?
Then go to follow me at KDCody10 on X and Truth Social, and find all my articles archived over at humanevents.com.
Go check them out. By the way, Kenny, that cuffing article, I got a lot of comments on that. I've been getting a lot of comments around DC and otherwise about that one. They're flooding in, my friend.
I appreciate it, Jack. Thank you for the idea, and thank you for the inspiration, son. Appreciate it.
No, it had to be said. All right, folks, let's be serious here for a second. Let's be serious. 3 months ago today was the murder of Charlie Kirk. You need to be on that line, and you need to lock in, because they want to murder you too. And they don't care about you. They don't care about your family. They don't care about Christmas. They don't care about any of it. The violent left is waging asymmetric civil war against us, and you need to lock in. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, you have my permission to lay ashore.